Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Tings, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx. And I'm here to take care of the Capricorns, Capricorns. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you if you have Capricorn as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, North Node, or South Node sign. Quick shout out. What do I want to shout out today? It's so many good things going on. Quick shout out to my everything deck. You see the vibes. It's been a long, I don't know the rest of the words. But yeah, this is my everything deck. Y'all have seen it on the index cards, and I finally got it a copy. I will have more copies. I did a pre-launch, pre-release of this deck on my Patreon. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to take off my socks. My feet are hot. On my Patreon, and they already sold out. So when I do the actual launch, you will see these, okay? So that's all I wanted to shout out for right now. I got exclusive content on my Patreon as well. Early access, you know the deal. Same old, same old. And sorry if it's a little bit dark in here today. My ring light broke, so I'm getting it replaced, and it's like far off in the corner. So it's a little dark still, but you can kind of see it here. But yeah, so that's all we got. Let's get into your reading, Capricorns. I'm going to flip over your cards, see what the pre-shuffle is saying, what you need to release. Happy pre-shadow Mercury retrograde period. People are already feeling that energy. Venus just moved into Scorpio. It's a whole lot of. Let's go. Okay. So what you need to surrender. We have surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. No, the video didn't freeze. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. And then you have 1111, spiritual awakening. You are on the right path. Stop trying to force your path. And then you have horns, dominance. So there is a bit of a struggle here with Capricorn being a pretty dominant spirited sign. You may feel like there's something that you're really pushing and striving for to make happen. And you're going to keep getting bombarded with 1111 saying, hey, there's not much you need to do. Nothing else you need to do right now. You're already on the right path. So why are you trying to push and push and push and push? Okay. So even the struggles, even the setbacks, all of those things are a part of your path. You have third party person with other influences coming towards you. And then you have your kidneys hate you. Hydrate now. Okay, so maybe you need to drink some water, slow it down. And then there's a third party here. There's a person who is influencing your life, maybe feeling like you need to be pushing yourself harder or taking on more responsibilities than you need to. Okay, not sure what that's about yet, but we're going to look into the everything deck and see, I'm going to split this deck for now and see what it is that you need to stop pushing so hard in regards to. We have forgiveness. Okay, what else does Capricorn need to stop pushing so hard about? It could be with a person here. Some legal matters coming up. Something else I want to touch on astrologically. I won't forget. What else does Capricorn need to surrender effortless in regards to angel guidance or numbers? Okay. All right, and now I'm going to pull from this other half of the deck. This deck, you know, my everything deck has different, like it had different colors on the index cards. So like red for love. Well, red was for love, green was for work, and then purple for general. Anything else that Capricorn needs to stop pushing so hard in regards to? Let's get 2 more cards, please. Long term. Let's get 1 more for Capricorn. What else do they need to stop pushing so hard in regards to? Okay. For some of you, it's about a person. It's about like a relationship here. You have the single card, and then you have long term. Okay. Many of you are trying to strive towards making something long term. Or if you're single right now, you might be really pushing towards trying to get into a relationship, or something about your love life needs to move or progress. There is something that you're pushing, and this could be with a person who is already in your life. You're trying to get the relationship to navigate in a certain way, possibly, or get them to do something. At the bottom of my surrender deck, you had surrender your desire to control people. So there could be a controlling type of nature, and we did talk about control last reading. I remember it just shot in my mind. I forgot all about it. But again, Or there's like something with forgiveness here. You're working on trying to forgive someone, okay? And you don't need to push too hard to try to get yourself to forgive faster than you need to, okay? You really don't. Take your time. Let it, ride it out, all right? Other things here, you have angel numbers and guidance for protection. And then you have legal matters. For some of you, I just realized that this card was in my deck twice. So that's significant here. Angel guidance or numbers. Okay, so anyway. Wait, hold that. Y'all, that leg literally threw me off. I do not know. I do not know why these cards are duplicated like this. That must have been just like a error on their behalf. That's so crazy. But anyway, the fact that it showed up here twice means that it's very significant. And then you have the 1111 card here. So all that to say is that you are being protected, you are being guided. Sometimes angel numbers are not necessarily a message for you to decipher. It can just be a message to remind you that they're just with you. They're like right beside you. You could have a specific person in your mind that's like an ancestor or a spirit guide of some kind, or helping you trying to get through some type of legal matters. And what I was going to address earlier about this was Mercury retrograde is hitting your 10th house of public life and career, especially if you are a Capricorn rising. If you're a Capricorn sun, it can also influence you here. But the retrograde in Libra hitting your 10th house of public life, career, and long-term situations. So it could be like long-term career or anything long-term. And so there could be some shakeups when it comes down to your reputation or in your work life versus your home life even. But this isn't anything that you need to push to understand more of. Anything else for Capricorns before we look at the tarot and get more into this? What they need to surrender. Stop pushing so hard. Small business. Okay. Soulmate. Oh, some of you like really want to either find your soulmate, or there is someone that you know is your soulmate, and you're like, why aren't you understanding that we're supposed to be together? This is why. This is why. It'll work out. Capricorn, there's like a test of faith right now. That's the message that I'm really getting for you guys. Something is a test of faith. And you are really sitting there like, is this supposed to be happening? Is my life supposed to be like this? Is like, what is the point? What is the purpose? What was the reason? Like, that's what it's really giving right now. 1111, you are on the right path, okay? You're on the right path, and it will work out, okay? Some of you are really like confused about a relationship here. It's for many of you, it's about a person, or there's like a situation involving 3 people here, and you're like, what is this supposed to, like, I don't understand how this is going to work out. That's not for you to understand right now. Just know that it will work out, and this is what the angels want you to know. It will absolutely work out, especially if like you're single right now and you want something long term, or there's something in regards to a business and you're trying to push and push and push and push. You don't need to be pushing as hard as you think you do, okay? There are periods where you just need to surrender, and you need to allow things to come to you, okay? Again, this says the art of living means going with the flow. Stop trying to force the river. So what are you trying to force, Capricorn? What is it? And then from there, you'll know that that's what you're supposed to not be forcing. All right, let's go back. Anything else? What's coming towards Capricorn? Some of these flipped. Okay, what's coming towards Capricorn right now in the near future, whenever they see this reading? What can Capricorns expect? Here we go. About this effortlessness, about this angel numbers, temperance card. Everything needs to be done in moderation, Capricorns. Everything. Okay, what else for Capricorns? What else can Capricorns know right now? Oop, that was the moon card that fell on the floor. Pisces energy there. You know, I know it can be hard when it's like, you know that you have a certain vision for yourself, or you know the way you want things to work out, and it's not happening like that. And it's not happening like that on purpose. Again, that kind of goes back to relinquishing that control that we talked about in the last reading, how you can't always be one step ahead of life. Okay, you can't. You don't always know. You can't predict the outcomes. All right. There's a lot of uncertainty here, especially in relationships or emotional matters. If you're my video keep cutting off. If you're connecting with a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, especially, this is in regards to this person, where it's like you know that there's something special between you two, or you know that this connection, there's something, an important link between you two, and you're just not sure exactly what it's going to take for you to come together. Or this is like you're thinking of something like where you can have an emotional connection with somebody. Could be romantic, doesn't have to necessarily be romantic, but anywhere where you have a spiritual emotional connection, and you're wondering how this is all going to work out, because there could be some immaturity right now in the relationship with the Five of Swords and the Page of Cups. A lot of ego issues, a lot of push pull back and forth type of dynamics here. Okay, but this is a time of reassessment. Because again, we're about to go into Mercury retrograde. So this isn't the best time to like start anything brand new. This is a time to look at what's currently happening in your relationships and in your work, and reassess your next steps. How can you do things better? Where have things gotten out of control? Where do you need to bring it back into emotional moderation? All right, there could have been an emotional imbalance with a Sagittarius, or something in regards to a Sagittarius where it's like you have to find that mediation. Okay, everything in mediation. There's a lot of highs and lows happening right now, or you've been on this roller coaster ride, and it's like, okay, now it's time to see how we can ground ourselves and not be on this ride anymore. Okay, the roller coaster ride of emotions, of confusion. What else do we need to know for Capricorns with this emotional roller coaster? Anything else for Capricorns at this time? Oops, that was a lot of cards. Anything else for Capricorns right now? So like, you know, sometimes all you can do is just prepare. Sometimes there is no plan B, A, C, whatever. Nine of Wands. Oops. Nine of Wands, and we got the Three of Cups here. So again, there's a third party here. These cards keep falling off the table. There's a third party here, and this not to say like this is anything bad, but there is an outside influence that is affecting you right now, and it most likely is a friendship where you could be worried about how you're going to reunite with this, or how things are going to work out or play out, and you're just prepared for anything. All right, there's a lot of uncertainty here in relationships and in how things are going to work out. If you're on the right path, or if certain things were meant to happen. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Okay, so now let's lastly get your advice for Capricorn, what you need to focus on right now while you're on your path. What does Capricorn need to work on or focus on right now while they're going through this stage? What does Capricorn need to focus on or worry about right now on their journey? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North and South Node, Five of Wands, Three of Cups, not being in competition with people or focusing on the setbacks. Five of Swords as well. There's some type of ego issues or some type of power struggle for dominance here. Okay, you could be used to, or you could be that type of person in your life, or maybe you grew up this way where you always had to feel like you had to be one step ahead of somebody or one up somebody. And in order to protect yourself, you had to know what was going on. You had to know people's next moves. Okay, now you're at a place where you don't necessarily need to do that as much as you think you might. Okay, because you are an adult now, you're grown, you can, you know, set your own boundaries. You don't have to be worried about people trying to one-up you necessarily. Anything else for Capricorn? Anything else? Okay. So again, a lot of could be conflict in work and relationships here, because you have these threes. Again, back to the third party stuff. Third party person. Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. But I'm not saying it's like a messy situation. It could be getting to that place, but there's no Three of Swords here. So I don't see it being necessarily a heartbreak thing. It's just a matter of you needing to figure out how you're going to work with these other energies without overpowering at the same time. There is a way you can find that healthy medium between like working with other people and being on the same playing ground and being fair, and not being here in this Five of Wands like this tit for tat, this ego driven way of communicating, or this like, oh, you got me, so I'm gonna get you back. There's a way you can rise above all of that by knowing exactly who you are, especially if you have Aries placements. Could be an Aries involved here. And being the bigger person in the sense of, you know who you are, and you don't need to play any mind games with people. You know that you can be assertive, you know that you can say your piece, and you don't have to go back and forth, okay? And this will set you up in a new way and put you on a refreshing state of mind, a refreshing path, okay? Anything else for Capricorns? Y'all, if one more card falls on the floor, can't deal with it no more. You have the Queen of Pentacles again, and Taurus energy at the bottom, the Hierophant. So the Queen of Pentacles shows that, yes, things are working out fine for you. There might be a little bit of adversity coming up against you, but again, you don't have to push too hard. You just have to be ready for whatever comes your way. You don't have to necessarily be actively searching for things that you need to fight up against, or, you know, like forcefully push off your path. I think everything is going to be everything. And that's really what it is. Everything is everything. You got the Chariot card here. Cancer, opposite sign of Capricorn. So, you know, all you got to do is move forward. You don't have to worry too much about, yes, there might be other people involved in the picture, but you don't have to worry too much about proving something, okay? That is this energy where you feel like, you know, I have something to prove. I need to go back and prove this to somebody. You really don't, okay? You can prove something by just moving forward and moving on, okay? And just focusing on you, taking care of your business, whatever that looks like for you. You don't have to worry about, oh, they're going to think this or that of me. It's not even about that at the end of the day. You prove your stuff through your actions more than your words, okay? So let your actions speak for who you are as a person and who your character is versus your words this time around, okay? So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that this reading resonated. If it resonated for you, let me know down in the comments down below. I am at Tarot by Bronx.